just finished 12 hours work, but it's time for a rant. Some of you all need to take a step back and just have a think about what you're doing, Twitter and God knows. We know about all the bots and all that. I'm talking about real people, apes, passionate people, people who care, people that hate everything that's going on, all the shenanigans, the willy-nilly, the lies, the bullshit, all the crap, the arguing, the infighting, all the strokes that they are pulling, the use of mainstream media and everything else. Some of you all are acting exactly the same. You need to take a step back for your sake. Personally, it's on you. You're an adult. You know, you put your money in, you worked hard. You do you. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. You want to sell, sell. You want to buy, buy. You want to DRS, DRS. You want to tell people what to do. No, 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 no. That's not how it should fucking work. We're not mainstream media. We're not Kramers. We're not Gasparinos. You're not a financial advisor. You got no right. You're arrogant is what you're doing. Oh, I care. I want it to happen. If we do this, it'll... Shut the fuck up. Seriously now. Shut up. Take a moment, please. Just take a moment. Sit back. Think about what you're doing, how you're acting, how you're playing. I never tell anyone what to do. I'm asking you to take a seat. Asking you, calm the fuck down. Asking you to look at what you're doing and how you're behaving. Because you ain't helping the movement. You may be paid. I don't know who you are. I just see it too much at the moment. It don't piss me off. It's just mainstream media crap. Maybe it's years and years of watching the TV or reading the newspapers, or maybe you think that's normal. Maybe you think it's the right way to go. Fine. If you take a breather, take a step back, look at it, carry on, what do I care? It's a warning. What do you think's going to happen with all the bots that are on Twitter and every other social network, in and out the discords and coming into the chats? What do you think's going to happen when they put a comment on what you put up? You put a divisive topic. Let's use DRS. If you want to use DRS, use it. If you don't want to use DRS, don't do it. But don't be mainstream media and go on Twitter like a fool and tell people that they have to. You didn't earn my money. You're not working 12-hour days. You're not doing the hard graft I'm doing to earn my money that I put in whatever I want. You do you. But you're going on there at the moment and you're telling people, some people are telling people, you have to DRS. You need to DRS because it will create a short squeeze. Do you know how illegal a short squeeze is? To encourage a short squeeze. Because if you don't, you need to go and do DD. You need to go and do some more research. You need to go and find out exactly what you can and can't say. Because you're on there at the moment putting yourself on the line. And you don't need to. In 2008, the market crashed. A lot of people who paid attention felt it should have crashed in 2007. They had 2 years warning. Burry had 2 years warning that he gave them when he placed hundreds of millions of pounds worth of bet. My belief is, go and have a look yourself. Take everything I say with a pinch of salt. I'm not a financial advisor. I watched the film. I see a few interviews he did. My understanding was 1.3 billion that he'd actually put as a bet against the housing market. That was 2006. It took them 2 years before it all fell apart. He gave them 2 years warning. That's what credit default swaps and all the other shenanigans, naked shorting markets. Took 2 years. If you have to wait 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, so be it. That's for you to decide, not me. I know what I'm going to do. I know the DD that I've done. I know what I've looked at. I know what I paid attention to. What I don't need is any encouragement from what might be some snotty-nosed little prat that wants to tell me I have to do something. I'm 51. I've been around a bit. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't pretend to be an expert. I come on with heart and soul. I come on with a fight that I've been doing for 40 years. Probably longer. I'm 51. I don't want you hurting yourself. I don't want you because you're frustrated or having a bad day or just because you're a piece of shit that likes going on mainstream media like some hoorah fucking hero screaming at people they have to do things. They don't have to do anything. And if you think when you're out there in the big bad world because you're a keyboard warrior in time, if you think because you want to create a name, the best way to do that is by shouting and screaming at people, calling good people out in order to try and make a name for yourself, if you think that's the way forward, we've got a long way to go. You know how it should work. You know how mainstream media doesn't work. You know how Kramers don't work. Put the facts out. Put your logic out. Put your reasons out. Put your thoughts out. And if it hits home, people will follow. I haven't got a big following. I'm not full of malice and nastiness and spite. I'm not telling anyone what they got to do. I ask people if they'll look. I say I believe there's a new crash coming. I say it's going to be worse than 2008. I associate with people that have done good DD, Boss Blunts and others. I read what I can. I stay on top of what I can. I've just finished work for 12 hours. You're not helping the cause when you're going on there acting like mainstream media, telling me what to do, or anyone that looks at what your posts are. What you are doing is putting yourself on the line. What you believe, what you think is what you believe, what you think. How you put it across is something you need to go away and now consider. Because if you don't, all them bots that put a little remark, you put a divisive comment up, you don't think that's like a moth to a flame. You don't think they're not going to flood in on that in order to try and fuel to the fire, in order not to try and get people excited about what's been going on or said. And then people see a post because it's got 5,000 likes and 4,000 comments. You think people ain't coming in and looking at that? And the poor guy that's just sitting there, the poor girl that's just sitting there, the mum, the dad, that are just saying, I'm buying and holding, they get ignored. What's so drama? So now we're creating a mainstream media. We're doing their work for them, creating divide, arguing with each other, and you're not a financial advisor. You're somebody that's just got to be heard. You're somebody that's just venting. You're somebody who's a bot. So just bear in mind, moving forward, anyone out there that's told anybody what to do, what do you think is going to happen when this is all over? What do you think is going to happen when we're proven correct? We, as in a community of belief that naked shorting and all the market maker exempts and all the shenanigans and everything else they're doing, what do you think that somebody somewhere is going to be tasked with, a job given to? They're going to go through the Twitters. Oh, I ain't bothered. I ain't registered my Twitter. I ain't bothered. I did. How can we fight what we're fighting and become like them? Seriously, how can we? The only thing that matters is being rich. The only thing that matters is the squeeze. The only thing that matters is making money. The only thing should be a byproduct. You work for your money. You work hard for your money. You invest it into a system, into a company that you know and love. You invest it for whatever your reason is. It's undervalued or whatever. That's for you to know. But when you're out there in the big bad world, you're putting yourself on the line because you're saying and screaming things that really you need to take a breather, step back and reconsider. Put the facts out and let people go away. Trust people to go away. I don't need your arrogance, your superiority, your intellect, your superior knowledge of market making rules and this, that, and the other to tell me I have to go and do DRS or anything else. I did flag up January 28th, 2021. Before a lot of you at least were on Twitter from some of the comments that I do look. And when I click on your profiles, I don't care if you've got one follower, 100,000, it means nothing to me. What I do care about is your message, so I will click on some and have a look. I was here January 28th, bought my first share because I knew about VW. I didn't know nothing about GME. There's lots of people out there that are doing what they're doing because they're pissed off. You think they need you to encourage them to buy or hold or do anything? No, there's a long history of life. Maybe you're 20. Well, there's a lot of people that are 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old in this. that don't like the way the banks treat people, or governments have treated people, or hedge funds have got richer, or we got poorer when they all got stinking, stupidly, outrageously rich, even though they were the cause of 2008. Do you think somebody who lost their house needs you to motivate them that bought this stock and hold it? No, they need Adam Aaron to motivate them. And Adam Aaron's doing a great job. The company's in a better position today than it was in 2021 in January. So they don't need you out there screaming from the rooftop. What they do need is education. And education, if you really care about people, isn't you telling them what to do. Education is telling them where to look, what to take notice of. If we all went like that and pointed in the same direction, they'd get there a lot quicker, but we don't, because we've got too many people fighting and screaming at everybody. So it is a little bit of a rant, and it is a rant because it isn't coherent. It's just a little bit of frustration that there might be some really good people, well-meaning people, really nice people, hard-working people, people that have suffered in 2008, so people that are desperate to be able to get a win. I see a clip. Go and have a look at it. Apes Together Strong. Way early on, they did it where you could send him your little videos and stuff, and lots of people did. There was one particular guy that's always stuck with me. You know, he says, I'm a nobody, I just need a win. There's all types of people in this, but mainstream media want you to believe it was 16 or 18-year-olds. It was people that YOLO'd, FOMO'd in. It was people that got checks, and because they were stuck at home, because some government decided that they couldn't go out their house, they decided to start trading. There's another side to that that don't seem like much people are talking about. What about the people who made a lot of money in crypto way back when? Had Bitcoin way back when? Made a shit ton. And then decided to throw 5, 10, 50, 100 grand in. Do you think they're bothered? Well, the white paper was bought out during the crash. And it was bought out for the very reason that you're out there fighting what you're fighting. People had had enough. People got sick of it. Do you think somebody who made a fortune in crypto and then threw some money into something that was going against the banks and the shenanigans and all the strokes that they were pulling, prime brokers and everything they were involved in doing, hedge funds and everything they were doing, do you think they need anybody to motivate them? Oh, no. What about people who lost in the .com? Do you think they need you or me or anybody else to motivate them to hold? No. What about people who knew about naked shorting long before you probably did? Do you think they need motivating? No. People that lost family members, people that was really struggling financially because of the 2008 market crash. Do you think they need you to motivate them to hold their shares? No. What they need you to do is take a bit of responsibility that if you're going to put things up, put where to look. Put what to look at. And then trust them. Trust them to take the time, or trust them to work it out for themselves. Don't tell them what to buy or not what to buy. Just tell them where to look, and then trust people. If you give people facts and information, they'll make an informed decision. I know this. I've actually done this in the real world with real people, mums and dads, young uns, old uns. I have actually done it, and it works. Stop telling people what you think. Show them what you know. Point them in the right direction. Some people need to just take a seat, take a breath, and then just realise where they're going. I've deliberately not read the messages because this was just a rant. It's how I feel. It's what I believe. It's what I think. What you do or don't do with that information is entirely up to you. I'm not, people that have made comment, I'll look at them later. And if I get a chance, I'm shattered. I'll reply. And I'm glad you're here. There's only 16 people watching this. That's 16 people that might go, no, you're right. No, you're wrong. No, we need to think of this or consider that. Or you haven't thought of this or you haven't thought of that. So be it. But I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you anything. I'm asking that you just take a breather and you take a look at everything you're doing. Because when we have faith in people, they get there. They get there with us encouraging them. Some people you need to put your arm around. Some people you need to kick in the arse. But that's not our role. That's not our responsibility in all this. Our responsibility is on us. You're an adult. You have to be to buy shares. You're an adult. Act like it. Stop crying and whining and bitching and moaning. You must have got in this knowing what you were fighting. I know I bloody did. You've never seen me crying or moaning or bitching or... You haven't. All you've seen me say is, I'll buy and hold. I'm in a fight. I don't like what they're doing. I know about naked shares. I've known for 20 years. I know about VW. You've seen me say all them sort of things. You haven't seen me say to anyone, you've got to. You have to. You're stupid. You're uneducated. You've never seen me do that. Never seen me talk down to another person. I don't agree sometimes. I do it respectfully. I like things. I'll say it respectfully. You do you. This is me being me. So for the comments that are in there and the people that are watching, thank you. Genuinely. I appreciate it. Probably should leave it there. So where are we up to? 16. Yeah, leave it there. It's a bit longer than I thought. Sorry about a light, but I've literally just finished work, so I'm going to drive home. You all enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for watching.